रेडी? सर्वस्व तोमार चरणे संपिया पोडेची तोमार घरे। सर्वस्व तोमार चरणे संपिया पोडेची तोमार घरे। तुमी तो ठाकुर तोमार कुकुर बोलिया जाना हो मोरे। तुमी तो ठाकुर तोमार कुकुर बोलिया जाना हो मोरे। बंदिया निकाटे हमारे पालीबे रोहे वो तोमार द्वारे। प्रतिपजने रे आसीते ना देवो राखेबो गडेर पारे। हवने जाना प्रसाद सेविया उच्चिष्ट राखिबे यहाँ। हमारा भोजन परम आनंदे प्रतिदिन हवे कहाँ। हमारा भोजन परम आनंदे प्रतिदिन हवे कहाँ। बसिया शुइया तोमार चरण चिंते वो सतत आमी। नाचिते नाचिते निकटे जाइबो जखन डाकिबे तुमी। नाचिते नाचिते निकटे जाइबो जखन डाकिबे तुमी। निजेर पोषण कभु ना भाविबो रहेब भावेर भोरे। भक्ति विनोद तुम्हारे पालक बोलिया वरण करे। भक्ति विनोद तुम्हारे पालक बोलिया वरण करे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya 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 Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी श्री बालाजी की श्री प्रभुपाद की हरे कृष्ण। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Welcome all of you for the last part of the 28th chapter today. After we heard about all the avatars, 6 types of avatars, now we are coming to the last part, Shaktiavesh avatars. From 367 it says here, as you see here, there are unlimited Shaktiavesh avatars of Lord Krishna. Let me describe the chief among them, like that Lord Chaitanya says to Sanatan Goswami. 368. Shaktiavesh duyi rupa mukhya gauna dekhi Sakshat Shakti avatara abhase vibhuti likhi.
Empowered incarnations are of two types, primary and secondary. The primary ones are directly empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are called incarnations. The secondary ones are indirectly empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are called Vibhuti.
So they are explained further. Sanakadi Narada Prithu Parashurama Jivarupa Brahmara Aveshavatara Nama.
Some Shaktiavesh avatars are the four Kumaras, Narada, Maharaj Prithu and Parashurama. When a living being is empowered to act as Lord Brahma, he is also considered a Shaktiavesh avatar.
Yeah, correct. So, all these personalities like Kumaras, Narada, all of them, Maharaj Prithu, Parashuram, as well as other living entities. There are more names. Narada, for example, is incarnation of Bhakti, Bhakti Shakti. And Parashuram is called Samhara Shakti. Kumaras are called Jnana Shakti. Prithu is called Palana Shakti. So they all are getting Shakti from the Lord and manifesting Shakti in a big proportion. Unlike the other living entities who may be famous for some power, these are extraordinarily empowered. Vaikunte Shesha Dhara Dharaye Ananta Yeyi Mukhya Veshavatara Vistarena Hyanta.
Lord Shesha in the spiritual world of Vaikuntha and in the material world, Lord Ananta, who carries innumerable planets on his hoods, are two primary empowered incarnations. There is no need to count the others, for they are unlimited.
Yeah. So here is Ananta Shesh. Lord Shesha in the spiritual world becomes Ananta here. Ananta Shesha. Vahi Shakti, all the planets are floating in orbits, everything. Sanakadye Jnana Shakti Narade Shakti Bhakti. Brahmaya Srishti Shakti Anante Bhudharana Shakti.
The power of knowledge was invested in the four Kumaras, and the power of devotional service was invested in Narada. The power of creation was invested in Lord Brahma, and the power to carry innumerable planets was invested in Lord Anant.
4 examples are given here. Kumaras, power of knowledge. Narada, power of bhakti. And Brahma, Srishti Shakti. Creation, power of creation. And Ananta, power of carrying all the planets. Sheshe Swasevana Shakti Pratute Palana. Parashurame Dushtanashaka Virya Sancharana.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead invested the power of personal service in Lord Shesha, and he invested the power to rule the earth in King Prithu. Lord Parashuram received the power to kill rogues and miscreants.
It's called a Swasevana Shakti. See, Sevana, power to serve the Lord personally. Like Lakshmana is serving Lord Rama personally, like that. And then the Palana Shakti is King Prithu. Dushta Shamana Shakti is Parashuram, or Samhara Shakti we call it. Yeah, Paritrana Sadhanam. Yeah, Vinashaya cha Dushkatam. Jnana Shaktyadi Kalaya Yatra Vishto Janardanaha Ta Avesha Nigadyante Jiva Eva Mahattamaha.
Whenever the Lord is present in someone by portions of his various potencies, the living entity representing the Lord is called a Shaktavesh avatar. That is, an incarnation invested with special power.
Vibhuti kahiye yaiche Gita ekadashe Jagat vyapila Krishna Shakti abhasa veshe.
As explained in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has spread himself all over the universe in many personalities through specific powers known as Vibhuti.
Yadyad vibhuti matsattvam Srimadurjitameva va tat tat eva vagachatvam mama tejonsha sambhavam. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, after saying about all the different opulences, he says, wherever you see Arjuna, something glowing, shining, attractive, like amongst the animals, king is the lion. Lion is the king of the forest. King of the forest, lion. And king of mountains, Meru Parvat. King of archers, Arjuna. So you see that all these vibhutis or opulences they are showing is actually a small spark of my splendor. Krishna is saying that. See, the sloka has come. Yadyat vibhuti matsattvam Srimadurjitameva va tat tat eva avagachatvam mama tejomsya sambhavam.
Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor.
Atava bahunaitena himnyatena tavarjuna pishtabhyaham idam kritsnam ekamshena stito jagat.
But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
Yeita kahilam shaktya vesha avatara balya pauganda dharmera shunaha vichara.
Thus, I have explained specifically empowered incarnations. Now, please hear about the characteristics of Lord Krishna's childhood, boyhood, and youth.
So this is 370. So 377 to 406. Krishna's ages and eternal pastimes. That section is last part. Kishora Shekara Dharmi Vrajendra Nandana Prakata Leela Karibare Yave Kare Mana.
As the son of Maharaj Nanda, Lord Krishna is by nature the paragon of Kishora, youth. He chooses to exhibit his pastimes at that age.
Adau Prakata Karaya Mata Pita Bhakta Gane Pache Prakatahaya Janmadik Kalila Krame.
Before his personal appearance, the Lord causes some of his devotees to appear as his mother, father, and intimate associates. He then appears later as if he were taking birth and growing from a baby to a child and gradually into a youth.
Vayaso vividatve api Sarva Bhakti Rasashrayah Dharmi Kishora Yevatra Nitya Leela Vilasavan.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead is eternally enjoying himself, and he is the shelter of all kinds of devotional service. Although his ages are various, his age known as Kishora, pre-youth, is best of all.
Putana Vadadiyata Leela Kshane Kshane Sabalila Nitya Prakata Kare Anukrame.
When Lord Krishna appears, from moment to moment, he exhibits his different pastimes, beginning with the killing of Putana. All these pastimes are eternally being demonstrated one after another.
Ananta Brahmanda Taranahika Ganana Kona Lila Kona Brahmande Haya Prakatana.
The consecutive pastimes of Krishna are being manifested in one of the innumerable universes, moment after moment. There is no possibility of counting the universes, but in any case, some pastime of the Lord is being manifested at every moment in one universe or another.
Like the moment of the sun. Now here is a particular time. In one planet, if you see, it is say in this globe also you will see. Like in America, it will be night. When India it is morning, daytime. When India it is night, America it will be daytime, like that. So there's a global time, you see that. Similarly, as the sun is moving, sun is present here, then here, then here, and here. Like that, Krishna's pastimes, along with his associates, moves like a clock. From this universe, here he performs Bhutanavada Leela. Then another planet is performing Bhutanavada. Third one, fourth one, fifth one. At every moment, these Leelas are happening. So the movement of the sun. So when sun disappears from our sight in the evening, we think, oh, sun is entering into Kanyakumari ocean, we think. Looks like it's going into ocean, if you see the ocean waters. But actually, sun doesn't go into ocean. It is continuing to glow in another part of the globe, like that. That's what he's saying. So Krishna never is born, never dies, but keeps moving from one universe to another. Hey mata sabalila yena ganga dhara शेषे लीला प्रकट करे ब्रजेंद्र कुमार।
Thus the Lord's pastimes are like the flowing Ganges water. In this way, all the pastimes are manifested by the son of Nanda Maharaj.
क्रमे बाल्य पौगंड किशोरता प्राप्ति कैशोरता रास आदि लीला करे कैशोर नित्य स्थिति।
Lord Krishna exhibits his pastimes of childhood, boyhood, and pre-youth. When he reaches pre-youth, he continues to exist eternally to perform his rasa dance and other pastimes. The comparison made here is very interesting. Krishna does not grow like an ordinary human being, even though he exhibits his pastimes of childhood, boyhood, and pre-youth. When he reaches the age of pre-youth, Kashora, he does not grow any older. He simply remains in his Kashora age. He is therefore described in the Brahma Samhita as Navayavana.
अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिमनन्तरूपमाद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभमात्मभक्तौ गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
This Navayavana or pre-youth is the eternal transcendental form of Krishna. Krishna never grows older than Navayavana.
This is the most important line. Is which one? Yeah. The second line. Correct. Adyam means is the original God. Purana Purusham means very old. Navayavanam cha. Yet he is very young. He doesn't appear old at all. He looks like a 14-year-old boy. Nityalila Krishnera Sarvashastre Kaya Bujite na pare lila kemane nityahaya.
Descriptions of Krishna's eternal pastimes are in all the revealed scriptures, but one cannot understand how they are continuing eternally.
दृष्टांत दिया कही तबे लोक यदि जाने कृष्ण लीला नित्य ज्योतिष चक्र प्रमाणे।
Let me give an example by which people may understand Lord Krishna's eternal pastimes. An example can be found in the zodiac.
ज्योतिष चक्रे सूर्य ये न फिरे रात्रि दिने सप्तद्वीपाम्बुदि लंघी फिरे क्रमे क्रमे।
The sun moves across the zodiac day and night, crosses the oceans between the 7 islands, one after the other.
रात्रि दिने हय षष्ठी दंड परिमाण तीन सहस्रचय शत फलतारमान।
According to Vedic astronomical calculations, the rotation of the sun consists of 60 dandas and it is divided into 3600 palas.
Translation.
The sun rises in steps consisting of 60 palas. 60 palas equal 1 danda and 8 dandas comprise 1 prahar. The day and night are divided into 8 praharas, 4 belonging to the day and 4 belonging to the night. After 8 praharas, the sun rises again.
ऐसे कृष्णेर लीला मंडल 14 मन्वंतरे ब्रह्मांड मंडल व्यापी क्रमे क्रमे फिरे।
Just as there is an orbit of the sun, there is an orbit of Krishna's pastimes, which are manifested one after the other. During the lifetime of 14 Manus, this orbit expands through all the universes and gradually it returns. Thus Krishna moves with his pastimes through all the universes one after another.
सावो या शत वत्सर कृष्णेर प्रकट प्रकाश Kahaye che Brajapure Karila Vasa Vilasa.
Krishna remains within a universe for 125 years and he enjoys his pastimes both in Vrindavan and Dwarka.
So the same example which I gave before. Krishna remains within a universe for 125 years. Enjoys pastimes both in Vrindavan and Dwarka. And then the sun example is given in this movement. Alata Chakra Praya Shei Leela Chakra Fire Savalila Sabha Brahmande Krame Udaya Kare. See, if you take one Olympic torch, like fire like torch, and you rotate it fast, how it will appear? It will appear like one circle. It's called firebrand, we call it. Firebrand is not a full circle. It's only one torch only. But by moving it looks like that. So therefore when Krishna moves from one universe, second universe, third universe, it appears like he's continuously moving, but actually he is one person only moving like that, you're saying. Yeah.
The cycle of his pastimes turns like a wheel of fire. Thus Krishna exhibits his pastimes one after the other in every universe.
Janma Balya Paganda Kaishora Prakasha Putana Vadadikari Maushalanta Vilasa.
Krishna's pastimes, appearance, childhood, boyhood and youth are all manifested beginning with the killing of Putna and extending to the end of the Mausala Leela, the annihilation of the Yadu dynasty. All of these pastimes are rotating in every universe.
Yeah. Kona Brahmande Kona Leelarahaya Avasthana Tate Leela Nitya Kahe Agama Purana.
Since all Krishna's pastimes are taking place continuously at every moment, some pastime is existing in one universe or another. Consequently, these pastimes are called eternal by the Vedas and Puranas.
Goloka Gokula Dhama Vibhu Krishna Sama Krishne Chaya Brahmanda Gane Tahara Sankrama.
The spiritual abode known as Goloka, which is a pasturing land for Surabhi cows, is as powerful and opulent as Krishna. By the will of Krishna, the original Golok and Gokula Dhams are manifested with him in all the universes.
Atayeva Golokasthane Nitya Vihara Brahmanda Gane Krame Prakatyatahara.
The eternal pastimes of Krishna are continuously taking place in the original Golok Vrindavan planet. These same pastimes are gradually manifested within the material world in each and every Brahmanda.
Yeah.
Purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur elucidates this complicated explanation of Krishna's pastimes. Krishna's pastimes are always present in the material world, in one of the many universes. These pastimes appear in the universes one after the other, just as the sun moves across the sky and measures the time. Krishna's appearance may be manifested in this universe at one moment, and immediately after his birth, this pastime is manifested in the next universe. After his killing of Putana is manifested in this universe, it is next manifested in another universe. Thus all the pastimes of Krishna are eternally existing both in the original Golok Vrindavan planet and in the material universes. The 125 years calculated in our solar system to be Krishna's lifetime equal one moment for Krishna. One moment these pastimes are manifested in one universe, and the next moment they are manifested in the next universe. There are unlimited universes, and Krishna's pastimes are manifested one moment after the other in all of them. This rotation is explained through the example of the suns moving across the sky. Krishna appears and disappears in innumerable universes just as the sun appears and disappears during the day. Although the sun appears to rise and set, it is continuously shining somewhere on the earth. Similarly, although Krishna's pastimes seem to appear and disappear, they are continuously existing in one Brahmanda or another. Thus, all of Krishna's Leelas are present simultaneously throughout the innumerable universes. By our limited senses, we cannot appreciate this. Therefore, Krishna's eternal pastimes are very difficult for us to understand. One should try to understand how they are taking place by understanding the example of the sun. Although the Lord is appearing constantly in the material universes, his pastimes are eternally present in the original Golok Vrindavan. Therefore, these pastimes are called Nitya Leela, eternally present pastimes. Because we cannot see what is going on in other universes, it is little difficult for us to understand how Krishna is eternally manifesting his pastimes. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, and this time calculation is also taking place in other universes. Krishna's pastimes are manifested before 14 Manu expire. Although it is a little difficult to understand the eternal pastimes of Krishna in this way, we must accept the verdict of the Vedic literatures. There are two types of devotees, the sadhaka who is preparing for perfection and the siddha who is already perfect. As far as those who are already perfect are concerned, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjuna. After giving up this material body, such a devotee comes to me. After leaving the material body, the perfect devotee takes birth from the womb of a gopi on a planet where Krishna's pastimes are going on. This may be in this universe or another universe. This statement is found in the Ujjvala Neela Mani, which is commented upon by Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur. When a devotee becomes perfect, he is transferred to a universe where Krishna's pastimes are taking place. Krishna's eternal associates go wherever Krishna manifests his pastimes. As stated before, first the father and mother of Krishna appear, then the other associates. Quitting his material body, the perfect devotee also goes to associate with Krishna and his other associates.
So, two, three very important points are made here. See, when Puttanavada happens here, in this universe, after that what happens? Next pastime. Shakatasur. Correct, no? And after Trinavarta. Correct, no? Shakatasur happens in 3rd month for Krishna. Trinavarta is almost 10 months or so. 10 months or 1 year or so. And then the Vokal Bandhan Leela is little later. 2 years plus. Vokal Bandhan, 2.5 I think. So, you will find that these Leelas are happening here. But what is amazingly said here, when Puttanavada is over here, when this here he goes to Shakatasura, but the same Puttanavada happens in next universe. Now what will be your question, I will tell you. This Krishna is here now. So how can this pastime happen? Another universe, correct, no? For that one example is given. That means when the sun is moving in the sky, if right now say it is 6 o'clock in this planet, and then when you move it, and the sun moves from here, in another place it will be 6. Correct, no? In the third place it will be 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And in that place, sun will always be shining. Correct, no? Sun will not stop shining. Like we cover ourselves with a blanket and go to sleep at night. Sun doesn't do that. Have you ever seen sun sleeping? Continuously going. In fact, wherever there is sunshine, darkness has no place. Like we all need a little dark place to sleep, isn't it? In fact, light is there, we can't sleep. But sun is always having light. Correct, no? That means sun never sleeps. And the sun is facing 6 o'clock, the same 6 in different places as the globe rotates. Now in India it is 6. At the same time in America it might be say morning 6 or something. Correct, no? Rotates. So that is the meaning. All the pastimes of Krishna are happening simultaneously. Different places. Therefore, one more thing we all think, if Krishna has come to this world, now poor jivas in the Goloka, they may be bereft of him and waiting for him. We think like that, correct, no? But that's not true. There also Krishna is there. Goloka nivasati akilatma bhota. He can actually reside there and also come, expand himself and come here and perform his leelas on earth. And then he may say, but he's going back. Krishna Sadama Upagate. Yeah, he goes back. If he goes back, already when Krishna is there, he will merge into his body. He's the same person now, like that. So, if he can be there and he can be here, then why can't he be there in one more universe? Correct, no? For him, there is no limitation. So, this kind of same leelas are going one, but it happens like a cycle. Putnavad here, Putnavad, Putnavad, Putnavad. There are many, many universes. And then next one, Chakradasura, 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 like that. So it's very mind-boggling thing. How Krishna does this miraculous thing. That is one thing explained here. Another thing he says about Krishna's associates go with him also wherever he went. In fact, Krishna can not only multiply himself, can multiply his associates also. Therefore, God is not somebody ordinary. That's what you understand. Yeah. Moving on. Second thing mentioned here is, even if you perfect 100% in this world, you cannot go back to Goloka unless you are reborn in one Vrindavan in the material world. And you have to actually become a Brajabasi. You have to associate with devotees there. And then be under the apprenticeship of a gopi. Then only one can go, one can get one's Swarupa back, like that he says. Praje Krishna Sarva Ishwarya Prakashe Purnatama Puri Dvaye Paro Vyome Purnatara Purna.
Krishna is complete in the spiritual sky, Vaikuntha. He is more complete in Mathura and Dwarka, and is most complete in Vrindavan, Vraja, due to his manifesting all his opulences.
Yeah. So Vaikuntha and Dwaraka, Mathura and Vrindavan. Complete, more complete, most complete. Yeah. Hari Purna Tama Purna Tara Purna Iti Tridha Shreshta Madhyadibhi Shabdair Natye Yah Paripat Patyate.
This is stated in the dramatic literatures as perfect, more perfect, and most perfect. Thus Lord Krishna manifests himself in three ways: perfect, more perfect, and most perfect.
Yeah. Prakashita Kila Gunaha Smrita Purnamato Budaihi Asarva Vyanjakaha Purna Tara Purnolpadarshakaha.
When the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not manifest all his transcendental qualities, he is called complete. When all the qualities are manifested but not fully, he is called more complete. When he manifests all his qualities in fullness, he is called most complete. This is the version of all learned scholars in the devotional science.
Yeah, that means he manifests all his qualities, doesn't manifest all his qualities. And he manifests all qualities, but not fully, saying. And in Purnatama means manifests all his qualities in fullness. So three levels: Purna, Purnatara, and Purnatama. Yeah.
The most complete qualities of Krishna are manifested within Vrindavan, and his complete and more complete qualities are manifested in Dwarka and Mathura.
Same one. Ye Krishna Vraje Purnatama Bhagavan Arasava Swarupa Purnatara Purnanama. So three words are used: Purna, Purnatara, Purnatama. That is the same thing explained here. Yeah. It's most complete in Vrindavan. Other places he is complete or more complete. Sankshepe kahilo Krishnera Swarupa Vichara Ananta kahite nare ihara vistara.
Thus I have briefly described Krishna's manifestation of transcendental forms. The subject matter is so large that even Lord Ananta cannot describe it fully.
So I haven't explained here about why Vaikuntha is this level and then Mathura Dwaraka are here and Vrindavan. If you want to know more, I would suggest you to hear Nectar of Instruction, text 9. I have spoken just recently. So the text 9 commentary will elaborately explain Vaikuntha Janito Varamadupuri. It's a verse. It explains the same points. Ananta Swarupa Krishnere Nahika Ganana Shaka Chandra Nyaya Kari Digdarshana. See, he's saying Krishna's pastimes are oceanic.
In this way, Krishna's transcendental forms are expanded unlimitedly. No one can count them. Whatever I have explained is simply a little glimpse. It is like showing the moon through the branches of a tree.
Yeah, sometimes the child cannot see the moon. Seeing here and there. The father says, do you see the root of the tree? He says, yes. Do you see the stem of the tree? Yes. Do you see these two V branches? I am saying. In between the V branches, there is a cloud. There is a cloud and then the moon is coming out of the cloud. Like that he shows. Like that, he says that I have given you some understanding, but incarnations are oceanic, he says. Ihaye ishu ne pade se bhagyavan Krishnera swarupa tattvera haya kichu jnana.
Whoever hears or recites these descriptions of the expansions of Krishna's body is certainly a very fortunate man. Although this is very difficult to understand, one can nonetheless acquire some knowledge about the different features of Krishna's body.
Yeah. Srirupa Raghu Nata Padeyara Asha Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Dasa.
Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita following in their footsteps. The send the Bhaktivedanta purports of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 20th chapter, describing how Sanatana Goswami met the Lord at Varanasi and received knowledge of the absolute truth.
Before we complete the 20th chapter now, let us take a survey of what we discussed in the entire 20th chapter. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking to Sanatana Goswami. The first part is Sanatana Goswami escaping from the jail. And then he came through a very hilly, difficult to traverse region called Patada and Hajipur, where he met his Srikanta, brother-in-law. And then with great difficulty I crossed over many difficult places because in the Mughal rule there were a lot of restrictions, and he was a minister also, well known. So he changed his disguise, changed his form and everything. And then at last arrived at Varanasi with a long beard and long flowing hair. And Lord Chaitanya told Chandrasekhar Vaidya to go and bring that Vaishnava in, and he couldn't recognize. Mahaprabhu personally saw him. And that was the exchange. And then we discussed about the renunciation of Sanatana Goswami. How when he was given a new dhoti cloth, he refused to accept. He said, I am a renunciate. Give me old cloth. He said. And he took it and he tore it into multiple pieces. He kept some for the kopin, some for the gamsha, the external bahirvas, they call it. He wore it. Mahaprabhu came to know about it and he became pleased, seeing the renunciation of Sanatan. And then he was told to eat prasadam along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which he refused. He said, I will take later. And later on he took the remnants of Lord Chaitanya. Thirdly, a Brahmana came and offered him daily full big meal at his house. He didn't go and accept. He said, I am supposed to do madhukari. So I'll go door to door. How should I come to your home and eat? I'll become simply complacent and, lazy in my service as a renunciate. So he refused to accept in his house full meal. And later on he had one very costly blanket which he gave it away to one beggar, one monk, and accepted a torn quilt. Mahaprabhu became very pleased by that. All that we learned. And then starts after 94 verse onwards. Sanatana Goswami inquiring from Lord Chaitanya about, he declared his own position, Nicha Jati, Nicha Sangi, Patita, Adama and all that. And asked two questions: who am I, and why do I suffer? So Mahaprabhu glorified him that you know everything. You're asking questions for others' sake. And then he began answering. And rest of the chapter is actually Lord Chaitanya's answers. And okay, what was the subject Lord Chaitanya touched in this chapter? If you want to know, he spoke about the jiva and its entanglement in Maya. Very important. For Sambandha Jnana, there is jiva, there is Maya, and above Maya there is Krishna. So both the jiva and Maya are subordinates to Krishna. In the Sambandha we saw that. What is the way out of entanglement is Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan. Those were very elaborately described. Yeah. And then the next part was all about the different incarnations who come mercifully into this world to bestow the different methods of practice and worship. Paritrana sadhana vinashaya dushkrita. Yeah. Beginning with Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakash, Tadit Katma Rupa, Prabhava Vilasa, Vaibhava Vilasa, Purushavatar, Lila-avatar, Guna-avatar, Manvantara-avatar, Yuga-avatar, Shakti-avatar, all the avatars, elaborately. And then, again, one more last passing point was made by Mahaprabhu that, just like the sun moves in the zodiac, so all the avatars also one after another, Krishna's activities move from one universe to second and third and fourth and fifth like that. So in this way, essentially, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction to Sanatana Goswami is about Sambandha Jnana, Sambandha of the Jiva with Lord. So, and what sadhana the Jiva should do, that is explained in Rup Shiksha, how it should be done. And from Krishna's part, what he will do for the Jiva, that is explained in this chapter. All his different incarnations and what all they come to do. Very thorough discussion was done. Different avatars. So this chapter is important in that sense that in this world we should not see any ordinary human being and accept him blindly as an avatara. Prabhupada writes in 4.34, 4.34 Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi Pranipatena. There he writes, blind following and absurd inquiry, both are condemned, he says. So blindly I can't just accept anybody as an avatara. So one has to check these different type of avatars very thoroughly with all evidences from Shrutis and Smritis. These are all presented. So that is this chapter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructing Sanatan. So both brothers, the younger brother was instructed in previous chapter, 19th. And here Sanatana was instructed. Very beautiful. Also one another highlight of this chapter is the Sarvajna astrologer. Where Mahaprabhu said one should actually dig for the treasure. That's a very deep analogy, amazing analogy it is. Don't search in north or south or west, search in the east. That is the bhakti moment of Lord Chaitanya is in the east. So now the next class we will go ahead with the 21st chapter. Lord Chaitanya is going to explain to Sanatana about the opulence and sweetness of Lord Krishna. Now all the avatars are explained in 28th chapter, and then he will now specifically focus on Krishna's greatness and sweetness in this 21st chapter. It's a very big chapter it is. Of course it's about 149 verses. Then after explaining about the opulence and sweetness of Krishna, then in the 22nd chapter he will express process of devotional service. Abhideya. And then 23rd is life's ultimate goal, which is love of God, prayojana. So 22nd is, what is that? Prasa Abhideya. And then 23rd chapter explains prayojana, love of God. Yeah. And 24th is 61 explanations of Atma Rama verse. And then how the Varanasi residents became Vaishnavas, that is deliverance of Prakashananda Saraswati, there is last chapter of this Adya Leela. So, next class will start with 21st, the greatness and sweetness of Lord Krishna. So, Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, thank you very much.